Hey brother, good evening. So today's video is going to be a nice, short, sweet, simple one because you might have noticed if you're one of the current 350 subscribers that the consistency has been my greatest weak point, right? It's mostly because I'm dealing with the perfection paralysis that we all deal with to keep uploading consistently. But the thing that I realized today to help me get more consistent is something that a lot of young guys could learn from, just like me. And it's that us young men, we aren't angry enough. Now, that might seem completely simplistic in nature as an idea, but the crux of what I'm saying here is that us young men, we're getting placated with porn and even these YouTube videos, Netflix, etc. Just all these things that are kind of numbing us and making our brain really soft and mushy, right? Just like our parents said when we were teenagers playing video games all day. And mom always said, oh, those screens are going to turn your brain to mush. Mom knew what she was talking about, bro. You can probably relate to the fact that the best and most productive times in your life have been times of deep anger for some reason. For most of us, it's going to be right after a breakup when, we're angry that she's fucking some other guy 2 weeks after breaking up. Because usually in our first relationship, we don't have that knowledge of female nature where women will stay in a relationship for up to 2 months plus when she's already broken up with the guy in her mind, to where by the time there's an official breakup in the relationship, she's been checked out for a couple of months by now. And that's why it always seems to us guys that our ex-girlfriends get over relationships so much faster than us, and we question, oh, did she not love me the whole time? She got over it so quickly. No, bro. She broke up with you 2 months ago, probably, and she's probably been talking to this guy since 4 weeks ago, man. The reason I brought that up is because after a breakup, yeah, you're all pissed, you're frustrated, like, how could she get over this? She's so heartless, and you've got all this anger, and the right way to channel that destructive energy within you is to turn it constructive and to go and do the self-improvement to make sure that you never get effed over this way again. For me, the biggest development in my own self-improvement was when I was about 19, going through my very first breakup with my very first girlfriend, and I went insane on the self-improvement. In my entire second year of university, I spent more time watching these self-improvement videos than I did watching my lectures and actually studying. But then the thing was, as I did my personal healing, I was getting over the relationship, getting more successful with women, and having, a bunch of casual sex that I'm not proud of, by the way, but it was kind of necessary to get over it. And eventually all that negative anger faded, that angry, loud feeling in the middle of your solar plexus. I got complacent with my self-improvement. On a more micro level, I notice in myself, and maybe you do too, the time that you do all of the chores, you clean all the house, you take care of all the things that you need to, are probably in moments where you're very, very angry. You're angry at yourself, you're angry at reality, the world, the dating market, you're in your red pill rage phase where you're learning a lot of harsh truths. Maybe this happens once a month where you get really angry again and you start to make progress, you're taking action, but then, by the next day, you're already placated again because you've been watching a ton of videos, your brain has been turning to mush again, and you kind of forget that you were angry in the first place. There's this viral YouTube short I'm sure you've seen of Andrew Tate, where he's on some game show a couple of years ago, and there's this girl who says, oh, you're skinny, you're a brokey, you're a loser, basically. And then it's a voiceover of him, and he's like, all right, fuck you, bitch. And then the montage goes, and it switches to him when he's like all alpha and top G and everything. And that's a classic example of the concept of today's video, where he got super angry, did the necessary self-improvement, and got himself to this insane top G status, right? If this video seems to be speaking to you on a spiritual level, you and I both need to reclaim that anger that made us take huge action and huge consistent improvements in our lives, because there's not many better sources of motivation in the world than that kind of resentment of, I am going to improve, I'm gonna beat this shit, nobody's gonna talk to me that way again. That kind of motivation. And there are negative side effects, of course, to having a negative motivator for a long time. It really eats at you on the inside, but it damn sure does produce results, doesn't it? So if you can relate to today's whole video topic of the most, formative self-improvement and motivation in your life has been in these periods of anger and resentment, then I urge you to reclaim that burning desire within yourself to improve through today's video mission. Just like when David Goggins in that viral clip where he's benching and he's going past the rep range of that set, he's doing like 23 bench presses with 2 plates, and he's just yelling, you don't know me, son. You don't know me, son. He's confronting all of those people who've been putting him down his entire life. And today's video mission is going to be for you and I both to come up with some affirmation to remind ourselves that pisses us off in the same way that David was when he was doing that bench press set. Something that we can use to remind ourselves to get angry, right? It can be something like reminding yourself of that resentment you felt when your ex-girlfriend got over you and was fucking some other guy extremely quickly. It can be a time that you were disrespected at work or in your personal life that just irked you the wrong way and you thought, okay, fuck this shit, I'm never getting treated like that again. It can be a time that you had a great failure and you said, fuck, I am not letting this shit happen again. And then we can reaffirm ourselves of this negative affirmation at, say, first thing in the morning so that we get in that grind mode if you prefer to work in the morning. Or let's say you're grinding every day in the evenings past 5 p.m. You get home at 6, let's say. At 6 p.m., instead of going straight to YouTube and Netflix, etc., which is terrible for your productivity, obviously, and you can write it down on a sticky note and stick it here like, I will not be talked like that again, and you can remember whatever that instance was, or no girl will ever treat me that way again, bro. You can put something that reminds you to get angry, because we aren't angry enough, but it's not angry enough to take action on it. It's got to be a personal experience where you just felt fucked over, you felt extreme resentment, or you felt like some sort of inequality was dealt to you. That's bullshit. Subscribe so I can give you more of this no bullshit advice, but don't get addicted to my channel because that kind of defeats the whole purpose. Get angry and get at it. I'll see you in the next video.